Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah!
Brought to you by Capcom.
Woohoo!
So today we're going to continue the trial with probably Mo the Clown or maybe someone else from the circus, I don't know. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and tell us your favorite character in Turnabout Big Top.
Yay! We're surrounded by fools! Oh yeah. December 29th, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Wait, 11:54 a.m.?
Sweetie,
Oh, that's almost noon.
you have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then, where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back.
That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right?
That's right. It seems like...
But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes.
You just remembered?
But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means...
It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max.
What? Why would that happen?
Fabulous! That's fabulously possible. Possibility. Blech.
Well done, Nick!
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange?
Maybe he's a super fan.
If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go?
Double Wow, Max! I never thought of that! You should be a detective or something!
Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool, Max!
Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper and deeper. December 29th, back in the courtroom. Noon, 06. I don't know.
Yeah, courtroom number 2, almost noon.
Oh, past noon. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Van Kama, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand?
His name is Lawrence Curls. Why did you just call him a pitiful clown?
It's kind of mean to introduce him like that.
He looks sad.
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
Oh. Oh.
Poor clown.
No!
Name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh, the judge.
Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay. How about this one? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How's that one? But a couple of clowns were— Ow!
Your name.
Oh, Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder? Correct?
Yep. Yes, that is.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a
Without the humor, please.
Okay.
Aw, poor Mo can't be this normal stoogey self in court. I is very
What you witnessed? I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years.
Wow.
No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself.
Oh my gosh.
It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying!
Oh my gosh.
Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I've decided to try and make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone! What do you think of me? How am I doing?
You're doing great, Mo.
What just happened?
Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here?
Witness.
What?
We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case.
Really? You really will hear me out?
Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe.
Wait, she's gonna make Gumshoe listen to his jokes?
Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the real testimony?
Well, of course we can. I'll talk as long as you want.
Oh my gosh. Mo is happy. His jokes will be listened to.
Oh, my goodness. The night of the murder after practice was over, I went straight back to my room.
Have fun, Luke.
You have no idea how I tried. That night I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to bed, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
Gasp.
Whoa. That's a very interesting... This eyewitness account is to be believed. I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There is no way this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do I say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Wright, please begin with your defense of this multi-personality clown.
Oh, great.
Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony.
I know that.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it could bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling.
What?
I understand, Your Honor, except I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes, right?
Wait, so we're not supposed to press him at all? I don't understand.
I don't know.
We can't...
Well, that night of the murder after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. Hee. I have a feeling that when he does a split personality thing, that's when you're supposed to talk to him. You have no idea how tired I was. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to bed before I did and glanced out the window.
Okay, well, why don't we try pressing.
You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could say I also peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, and eyeballed.
Mr. Curls!
Well,
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Let's keep going.
I think so, because there's obviously something weird about
Exactly
it.
why did you look out the window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant, well, when we spoke yesterday...
Once I had tuckered myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud.
It sounded like a giant thump!
Huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot?
Oh my gosh. Your Honor, the witness looked out his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah? That's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Yow!
That's not something you just forget to mention.
I mean, it can be. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if you, Mo, were to revise your testimony. Very well, Mr. Coles. Please revise your testimony once again. This should start turning the tables in our favor now.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully.
Well, I heard a noise outside the window, and that's what made me look outside.
Okay.
That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though.
It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak.
He's wearing his cloak.
I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. But, this clown is tricky.
Can you... Let's see. Can you go back to where you said he clonked the ringmaster over his head?
You think there's something fishy with that one?
Yeah, isn't that when he started acting crazy?
Okay, well, I mean, he's still acting crazy.
Plus,
but...
I want to know if he actually saw him.
Okay.
I don't know.
You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Oh, yes I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random, whatever. What would you say the victim was struck with exactly?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You mean the weapon? I have no idea.
A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, did you not? Well, I suppose I did.
Feels like he's making it up.
Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
What?
Oh, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown.
Clowns aren't poor!
Because if you don't, you'll know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty.
Stop flashing. Gulp. Isn't this a bit melodramatic?
So, what will it be, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Did you just have a hiccup?
I don't know. Do you have any clear basis to believe what my witness did not see the crime? I mean, that my witness did not see it, whatever.
I'm gonna go with, of course I do!
Yes! Let's go with that.
I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason?
Yeah, of course I will. The reason is... the witness' very own testimony, I think.
Yes!
What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump or someone getting hit. Yes, she did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If multiple personality clown is to be believed, then when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, well, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
That's right, it would have already happened.
In 1972, a crack commando...
Wait, did he just do an 18 thing?
What?
I think he did. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit these clowns, promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court?
Oh my gosh,
No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick!
So he was doing A-Team. Awesome. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory.
Yes, he was.
You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth.
Clowns are like onions.
Well,
They have layers.
Ah, you're back from your jog?
Well, I'm pretty much happened the way I said, mostly. Pretty much? When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
Von Karma.
Tampering with the witness again.
So now, you are saying that you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster?
Wait, Von Karma told him not to say certain things?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Isn't that supposed to be your friend?
Checked out?
I know, right?
Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Oh my god.
Mr. Curls, we'll have a trial for your craziness another time.
Your Honor.
You did not witness the actual crime, however, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth and nothing but it. And if you even catch a hint of joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it?
Okay.
But what about Von Karma with her whip? That's not court etiquette.
She just, whatevs.
That's not fair.
It was a bit far away, but the shadow only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Uppity symbols? His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
What he was carrying?
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
Wishy-washy judge.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight.
Let's go with that.
But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
I suppose it is a decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. He's our client.
All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination.
Oh, scary clown.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Clown.
The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have been belonging to Max. There's no doubting it, especially after I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Hang on a second.
Yeah. That doesn't mean it was Max.
You're sure that you saw Max that night? Why'd I do
Let's
that?
see. So you sure that's what you saw?
Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. Oh, really? His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
So we're not supposed to... The judge told us we can't really press him on very many things unless we're completely right. All right.
He got a reaction to this one. His silk hat,
right.
that black cloak, they were all there.
Why don't we present some evidence to see, compare to what Max actually looks like? Like, what about either his hat or his poster?
You mean Max's poster?
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to look like. So he's got the
silk
hat,
black cloak.
but he also, remember they said he had 3 things that he was, that were like his calling card. It was his cloak, hat, and something else.
Well,
I can't remember what it
let's
was.
try his poster.
Okay.
You say you saw all of Mac's uppity symbols?
Well, I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
Oh yeah, I was right!
3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone, get ready! All together now! Still cat, cloak,
Cloak, white roses.
What the?
Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one.
I feel like she's manipulating him.
He's not hard to manipulate.
Isn't that right, Mo?
Whoa, do I like PI? I love PI. What?
Silence, fool! You have to respond with the whole truth, no fractions.
It's pie. Like,
Order! Order! This trial hurts my head.
Mo! You didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person that I saw.
huh?
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
I don't think so, but the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There are no way he could have missed them.
That would have stood out in the dark.
Yeah.
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim.
If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Knight, Miss Van Karma, I will pull this car over immediately.
Oh my god.
Are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He is just toying with his court.
Yeah, right. Wait, am I? I got her on the ropes now.
Whoa, she's mad.
These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. It's Shadow. Your Honor, do you recall Trilio's testimony? Triloquist?
There's no way I could make a mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with a crazy getup and his nose stuck up high? How can you mistake someone wearing those 3 snobby pieces of getup?
Wait, so Trillo lied.
Trillo saw them all. He saw the 3 marks of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw.
And no white raisins either.
I could go for some raisins. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction.
Oh, whoopsies.
Now that I am what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Bickering children. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. Also, I don't like clowns. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
Oh.
I've come to the conclusion, I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony from the clown.
What?
If there are no more contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
It's also my throat's last chance.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, why?
Alright, so the clown is gonna testify again.
There's no doubt in my mind that there were no white I hate flowers! However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it.
The feather?
He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance? Are you crazy?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of battering against this witness, because I can't stand him. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Kerr's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this and a cat just jumped in my lap.
Oh my gosh.
I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I'll need. Okay. The
All right.
silhouette cross-examination
Let's
again.
see if there's anything wrong with anything he's saying.
There's everything wrong with everything he says.
No doubt in my mind there were no white roses.
I'm the clown, excuse me.
sorry.
There was no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night.
Alright, I don't have a problem with that.
However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure.
That's fine.
Especially the silk hat. There was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it.
Okay, that's fine.
He was wearing it the entire time.
Wait! Didn't
Okay.
they find the hat at the crime scene? Then
Ah.
how could he be wearing it the whole time if it was gone from his head?
Hold it! Mo, let's be honest here. Yo!
You promised Mr. Phoenix Wright no more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty.
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial,
What?
nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant.
What?
This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
Huh?
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Billy Bob Johns. Whoa! Whoops! The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Whoops. I don't think we've ever failed before. Well, that's a first. Oops. Well, you know, the clown was getting to us. I think we were supposed to present something instead of saying, hold it.
Yeah, because he told us that we weren't supposed to badger him, and I think every time we said hold it, I think it was badgering. That's just my guess.
Yeah, probably. Your guess.
So we're gonna try to go back to where we were and do something else.
All right, here we go, guys and gals.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance. I feel like deja vu.
Yeah,
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness.
you've lived this day before, Phoenix.
So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is do not hit the hold it button. Well, that is badgering.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to prove me there's a contradiction with Mr. Kerr's statement, you would better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I'll need. Probably. The Silhouette, Part 2.
Alright, so we have to figure out what kind of evidence we have against
There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. Okay, so last time we hit the press button. This time...
No. Well, I don't... This isn't the one where we were on, because we...
Really?
Last time we were on the statement where he said he was wearing it the whole
Oh,
time.
you're right. He was wearing it the entire time. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna like... Okay.
Let's present the hat!
Yeah, because that proves he wasn't wearing it the whole time.
This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat that you saw that night, now would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind, then?
Exactly. Who would mistake that?
I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found?
You must always ask these questions. It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means...
The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene of the crime.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
That's what you just stated, Mo the Clown.
Order, Mr. Curls.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this? You're old enough to know better than behave like this in my court.
Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh.
I know, right?
That's not right. Here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Wow.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do to you?
Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right?
You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great.
Seriously, why? Just because I'm a crazy clown?
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him.
I swear I did. It was Max.
Even if I didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat.
I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
I'll be glad when this trial's over.
Yeah.
It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He's just as crazy as every other witness.
Wait, he left the scene?
What?
Yeah.
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
Yeah, there were no footprints.
What?
He went, what do you mean, how do you leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protests are useless.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene?
Well, the answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened?
Say what? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to hop on the smallest of things.
But there
You
were no
have
footprints.
Any proof to counter the story as to the criminal, how he left?
As Amber just stated, the crime scene shows the only footprints are the
victims.
The victim, yeah.
Yeah.
Wha-bam!
Yeah!
Look at this picture, Your Honor. Oof, I need to eat something. The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints? What footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim.
Whoa.
However, where are the criminals' Where are the criminals' prints? They aren't there.
Where are the criminals' feety prints?
Ay! I guess he's a walking pulp
He's
culture
alpha.
thing. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record immediately.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as recordly as the clown car he came into this court with.
Wait just a second.
Huh?
You guys just can't ignore everything I've said?
Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
What?
You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today.
That hurt.
I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways.
I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse than they were before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Cowles,
Oh, yes?
the testimony you provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
It's just I was a bit confused on a bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Van Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Oh boy.
But actually, some of his testimony was accurate because he only saw 2 out of the 3 symbols.
I will have order in this court.
And the puppet lied and said,
Francisca, how could you?
oh boy. You didn't care.
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from the witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what the clown has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw, Mr. Cowles.
You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell ya.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Mo.
The truth. Probably.
Well, now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows! Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he...
huh?
What in the world?
What?
This is the truth now, get ready for it! He flew! He jumped up and flew through the air! He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness!
What?
That's why there was no footprints! Flying people don't leave footprints!
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
I quit.
What just happened? Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician.
He's not a musician. He does magic tricks.
Whatever. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right. That's crazy.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why don't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story?
Prejudice against clowns.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal, and also I don't like you. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
I think...
Which one do you want to go with?
I don't know.
It's all a dream, right? His eyes were playing tricks. He's telling the truth.
What, do you think he was telling the truth or not? I don't know. I think it doesn't matter what we say, because it doesn't really matter our opinion on it.
Alright, let's say his eyes were playing tricks.
Okay.
It's obvious that the witness's eyes are playing tricks on him. Don't be such a fool. Who in the world will you think I would make a think I would mistake that joke for? Jeez, I didn't say you were lying.
It's okay, the clown's getting tired.
I'm getting tired.
Wow, he really looks serious right now. More serious than he's looked all day.
I don't like serious clowns.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He's serious about being evil.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Van Karma, this case is not sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene of the crime. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries.
What now?
I believe that's enough for today. Court is now once again adjourned. I need to go speak to my therapist.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Flying clowns, disappearing magicians.
December 29th, 2:33 p.m.
Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on?
That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless. Look for you on stage.
It's not that simple, you all. I'm not actually flying on the stage.
Huh?
I use invisible wires and have them host me through the air.
Wow! You just told me the secret to your magic!
No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule.
I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks.
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in the court tomorrow.
Great idea! Now, let's do our best and catch this sucker!
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
Oh, to be continued.
That sign has never looked so good.
Yay! I think we all need a tiny dinner break.
I could go for a salad, maybe a chef salad, but yeah, doing the puppet again, doing the crazy clown, the clown voice. I bet you our neighbors think I have split personalities. I really do.
Yeah.
But anyway, people, that is it for today's trial. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you guys had a blast. We actually failed for the first time ever, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Basically, moral of this story, you have to be really careful not to badger this witness at all.
Don't badger clowns, or else you lose.
Haha! So anyway, God bless Happy Gaming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys with another video later today on another game. Bye-bye.
See ya! Have a great day, guys!